Hi there, Cancerians. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at January 18 through January 24. And finally, we are coming to the end of Mercury retrograde. Mercury has been out of phase in your relationship zone in Capricorn since January 8th. And it's been 3 weeks of just hit and miss. Maybe you said or did something that someone has not forgiven you for, or that someone said or did something to you that you took great umbrage to. It's time to get over it. And the reason you will get over it is that there is a full moon over the weekend in Leo, your second house of self-esteem and self-worth. And the full moons, as you know, because you are ruled by the moon, full moons are all about closure, about dotting the T's and dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and about you really just accepting that sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to, and that it's time to move on. Forgive and forget, which is, two very separate things. But keep in mind that Mercury has been out of phase for pretty much all of the new year. And going forward, let's just pretend that starting next week, 2016 is really in full swing. It's been on hold, I feel, with Mercury retrograde, and now it's going to move direct. Now, the sun is moving into Aquarius this week, and that's going to be transiting your eighth house of joint resources, investments, and intimacy for the next month. Where do you stand with joint finances, Cancerians? Some people don't really share money with other people. If you're single and you have your own bank account and you own your own home or you rent your home, you're not necessarily involved in joint finances. However, if you are in a will and you're in an inheritance with other people like siblings and other people, that is a joint inheritance, joint resources. Most people, however, if they're married or they're partnered up, they have a joint bank account or they pay into an account, and this is where the focus will be for you for the next couple of weeks, making sure everything's on the up and up, making sure you feel comfortable, and making sure that your half and your other person's half is half each. Sometimes you can be very generous, Cancerians, to your own detriment. And if there's any kind of trouble where you have an argument or you decide that you don't want to continue with the friendship relationship any longer, you may have to try and work out how to get that money back. And it's not always so easy. Intimacy. What does being intimate to you mean? I think a lot of people think it means having sex. I think it's more along the lines of feeling so comfortable with your other half or with the person you're dating or with your roommate or with your best friend, that you can touch them, that you can say, hey, you've got something on your face, like a eyelash or something. You know how some people are very touchy feely, and then other people, you say, for example, you're dating a guy and he wouldn't hold your hand if his life depended on it, yet other guys will grab you and swing you around and be very boisterous with you. And depending on which way you go, I find that to be more about intimacy than sex. So that's another thing that's going to be coming up with the sun in Aquarius for you. Have a wonderful week. Great speaking to you. And I do look forward to speaking to you again next week.